Hey everybody, it is December 27th and it's hard to believe because it's only been winter for only a few days now, but we're already going to begin talking about tomatoes. I placed my first two large orders for seeds because now is the best time to get seed before things start selling out, and because in really only about 4 to 6 weeks, depending on where you live, here in North Carolina Zone 8 against the coast, it's going to be cool weather crop season pretty soon. So I already purchased my beets and carrots and lettuces and many other things because I'm going to be starting them in, well, really the beginning of February, and there's no point paying for shipping twice. So I wanted to go over my tomato seeds because tomatoes are by far the most popular crop in the American garden, and they're a lot of people's core vegetable, and to me they're the most exciting annual. And this year I'm going to do a special theme to my tomato garden. I'm going to do an all Brandywine theme. Brandywine being the most notorious strain of varying tomatoes that have a great reputation for taste. And I have a number of varieties here. There are a lot of tomatoes out there that bear the moniker Brandywine, but these are the ones that I'm going with. This by no means encompasses every single Brandywine in existence, but I have a pretty good collection, or at least I think I have a pretty good collection, and I wanted to share my plans with all of you. So there are two piles here. These are Dwarf Tomato Project seeds, and these are typical, more typical indeterminates. Some are hybrid, some are hybridized versions of Brandywine, but mostly they are heirlooms in this stack. So I want to go through one by one and show you what my plans are for next year. And I'm going to start with the Brandywine Sudduth strain, which is the original pink Brandywine. I've avoided growing this for years because it is notoriously difficult to grow. It has pretty, not the best yields, pretty lousy disease resistance, but it is the classic Brandywine. I've actually never tasted one of these before, so I have to go for it. My tomato skills have gotten much better over the years, so I'm finally confident that I can do this epic heirloom justice. So that's my first strain. The next one is the Brandywine OTV. It stands for Off the Vine. And this is known as one of the best producing Brandywine strains. It is believed to be a cross between yellow Brandywine and an unknown red tomato. It's supposed to be pretty darn good. So this is, it was published by, according to this, Yellow Brandywine. It's an heirloom tomato newsletter once published by Carolyn Mail and Craig LaHoulier, and Craig is from Raleigh, North Carolina, so he's almost a neighbor to me. So I'm going to give this one a shot, and I'm really excited about this variety. The next one I have here is the True Black Brandywine. This is, apparently it's supposed to be similar to the pink Brandywine, but it has dusty shoulders. So some people believe that this is a cross between the pink Brandywine and the black Crim, but I don't think anybody knows for sure. Either way, it is a legendary tomato in its own right. So I have a pink, and I want to have a black as well. Next will be the Yellow Brandywine. This is supposed to be one of the slowest maturing of the Brandywine varieties. They're also supposed to be pretty large. I'm not the biggest fan of yellow tomatoes, but I've never had a yellow Brandywine. So I have to go ahead and give this a shot. So right now I have pink, black, and yellow, plus the OTV. And to that, of course, we have to add the red Brandywine. The Brandywine Red comes in both regular leaf and potato leaf. I went with the regular leaf because I've heard it's a little less prone to problems than the potato leaf. So this is supposed to be the classic red tomato taste. It's an heirloom from the late 1800s, so it's been around for a very long time. I'm excited to give this one a shot. So that pretty much covers the color spectrum. We have the pink, the red, the black, and the yellow, plus the OTV. Next to this is not going to be a Brandywine, but I really want to try it. It's a harder to get tomato. It's called Stump of the World, and it's supposed to be very similar to Brandywine. So I got a packet of this. I'm really excited to try this. It's supposed to be similar to the pink Brandywine. With that, I have to grow Cherokee Purple. My girlfriend demands that I grow it. She loves it, and well, I can't say no to her. So Cherokee Purple, I've been growing it every year for the past couple of years, and this year will be no different. Now, when I purchased all of my seed, Tomato Growers Supply Company sent me 2 free bonus packets of seed, and I had no intention of growing these, but they sound pretty good. The 2 that they gave me for free are the Chapman and the Beauty tomato. They are both heirlooms. The descriptions sound pretty nice. If you want to go ahead and pause this video and read this, feel free, or just go to their website and look up the varieties. But they sound pretty nice, so I'm giving free fresh seed. I'll grow them. What the heck? I have to grow my Brandy Boy hybrid. I've been growing this for the past couple of years, and this is by far my favorite tomato. The yields are fantastic. The disease resistance is fantastic. It does great in Pennsylvania and North Carolina. It laughs at the humidity. I love this tomato. I will probably always grow this tomato. It's my favorite. So since we're doing a Brandywine theme, why not continue with the Brandy Boy hybrid tradition? And the last thing that I'm growing is the steak sandwich hybrid. I grew this 2 years ago in Pennsylvania. I loved it. It produced heavy yields of very uniform, round, slicer-sized fruit. I did not grow it last year, and I regretted it. So I'm probably going to grow 1 or 2 of these plants because I liked it in Pennsylvania, and I want to see how it does here. Now, finally, I have my 3 dwarfs. This is my only new dwarf tomato project seed for the year. It is the BrandyFred, and I'm going this to keep with the Brandywine garden theme. The BrandyFred dwarf tomato is a cross between the dwarf wild Fred and the Brandywine tomato. So there aren't too many reviews out there for it because the variety is only a couple of years old. So I'm going to give this a shot and see how it does. I had mixed reviews with the dwarf tomato project plants that I grew last year, but we're going to give this one a shot to keep with the theme of the garden. And then finally, I have 2 dwarf tomatoes that I grew last year that made the cut for this year. The Rosella Purple, which is very similar to Cherokee Purple, and the Adelaide Festival Dwarf, which was probably my best overall performer in the Dwarf Tomato Project tomato varieties. It's a variegated tomato, kind of purplish and striped. It was the most uniform in terms of producing the prettiest tomato. It produced a nice round crack-resistant tomato that came right at mid-season. So I really like this one, and this is a great early tomato with great taste. So they made the cut. So right now, this is all what I am anticipating growing. I have to actually design my garden. I still haven't ordered in dirt yet. So I'm going to do a follow-up video of all of the different things I plan on growing. I'm also going to do in-depth coverage of how I plan on laying out my garden. Because if you want to be really successful in gardening, you should design your garden every year before you grow and plan ahead well in advance. So this is going to be what I think to be an exciting little experiment. I'm really happy that I have a tomato theme going. I've never had a tomato theme before, but this is going to be pretty fun. And if you're interested in tomatoes, if you're a tomato junkie like I am, and you're well aware of the legendary Brandywine strains, well, please stay tuned. I think you're going to enjoy it. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel and follow along on my gardening adventures. I really appreciate you all for watching, and we hope to see you again next time.